Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing a Newair portable air conditioner heater. Uh, the reason I got this thing was because in my house I have no air conditioning in the garage at all. I do have air conditioner in my Wolf Pup camper, and I do have an air conditioner in the house part over here, and we have a window unit. And the reason we just went with a window unit instead of a big central heat and air system is because our house is extremely energy efficient. If you can see on the wall back there, we have spray foam. So I have 6 inches of spray foam everywhere. And then also the house part, which is enclosed away from the shop, it is insulated on the walls and the ceiling. So I just went with a window unit. And the reason for that was because the cost. I can buy one of those for $400 or $500. It easily air conditions that whole house extremely well. And if it ever quits someday, I can pitch it, throw another one in for 400 or 500, spend it instead of spending thousands of dollars. Well, if it was to quit, a quick thing to use would be one of these portable air conditioner and heaters, and it would also work in the camper. So very cool that I could use this. And actually, this is bigger. This is a 500 square feet, I believe, is what it is. And it would actually, because this is the way this is spray foamed this house, it would probably even air condition this 1,000 square foot of the shop. So this thing is really cool because it is a portable air conditioner. It is a heater. It has a heat pump. It also has a dehumidifier, so you can turn it on any of those and use it. It has an exhaust that comes out, so you take this exhaust hose out and you can actually make a hole in a wall and make a vent where you can connect it, or you can take and put this vent in a window. It has a piece that fits in your window. You close your window on it, and the vent, which is the exhaust off of this, because you got hot air coming out, is going to go outside. So very cool. It's portable on wheels. You can roll it around, move it around, just plug it into 110. And so even for emergency situations, if you lose your air conditioner, you can just plug this thing in and you're good to go. Same way with my camper. If the air conditioner happened to go out and we needed it, just take this thing, set it in, and plug it in. So first thing we'll do is just unbox this. I'll actually take it in the house. We'll stick it in there and put the vent in the window and check it out, see how good it cools. And then I'll give you my final thoughts on it. So basically, this thing is it's pretty good size. It weighs 81.5 pounds, so it's going to be pretty heavy. So the dimensions on this thing, it's fairly good size. It's kind of like about like having a dehumidifier in your house, one of the big dehumidifiers. This thing is 18.5 inches wide by 15.4 inches in the depth, and then the height is 32 inches. We'll take this thing out of the box, look at it, and see what all it comes with, and we'll take it in the house, put the vent in the window, connect it up, and see how it works. So I had already cut the straps off. You cut the straps off, and then this is just going to raise up off here. This is going to be like a sock that goes over our exhaust hose, and that's to keep because your exhaust hose is hot air, so when you put the sock over it, it's going to keep that hot exhaust hose just from radiating heat out into your room. So good idea on that. This is most likely going to be our hose inside this box for our exhaust. So this is going to be the piece that goes in the window, and it's adjustable. You can slide it up and down here. Has like a little T-slot. This is a thumb latch into the T-slot, and like if we loosen this one here, we can slide it up because you want this open. And then, so basically it's going to fit in a window like so, and then you can slide the window into it, put your vent into that spot. Then of course we have the unit itself here. This is a vent that opens up where your air comes out on top. I got to peel all these pieces of tape off, and then I'll set it down the floor. We'll take it inside and show it in there. Okay, so I brought this into my bedroom. Got it sitting here. You can see my window air right there. It's actually not in a window. I made the house when we built the house for it. So that's the unit. If that happens to go out, then all I should have to do is plug this one in to 110, and it's going to cool my house in here pretty good. There's the window I'm going to put it in, which is here in the bedroom. Here's the bag of stuff that come with it, which is the manual. You also get a remote control and some batteries with it too. So we need to go ahead and get the batteries in the remote, and then we'll put the piece in the window and connect the hose. We'll try it out. Okay, so I'm going to be up close here for just this part here, showing you the remote so you can actually see the remote, and this air from this thing when it comes on will be blowing into my earbud, which I'm using for the audio. But pretty much simple. It's nice that it has this display, and you click power, shows the power, and shows you the temperature. It displays what we have it on. Right now we have it on cool. If you hit the mode, it will change. Right here you can see this little icon change. Right here we have heat, the bottom little icon on this side. The next little icon right there showing, that's cool. The next little icon right here is fan. The next one is dry, which is your dehumidifier. We go back to cool. We can change our temperature up and down with the up and down buttons right here. I'm going to set this on just 70 to make sure it runs in here, because I did have the AC on in the house. This is our fan, and you can see a little graph right here that shows the fan speed. And right there's high fan. Right here we can change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Down here we have the timer. We can push on the timer button, then we can go up and down. If you'll look right here in the small part, it shows you 24 hour, but you can change this by pressing the up and down, like so. Then when you go to the timer, shut it off. Right there, shut the timer off. Then when you push this button, it says swing right down here. Swing. Then that will make this flap here on the top open and shut. It don't shut, but it swings up and down to kind of move the air. And then we power it off. Okay, so on my window, this is a 4-foot window. And this is our adapter for it. And this adapter will fit the 4-foot window, but just barely. So if you have a bigger window, you would have to get something to make it where it would fit better. But as far as up to 4 foot, it will work. And all the way down to, looks like about 2 foot or less. So if we slide this open, as I said, you loosen these, slide them up and down. We'll just go ahead and set the top one out all the way. Set this in the window. There's little places you can actually add screws if you wanted to put it in permanent. Slide it up to the top. Then we'll release this one, let it go all the way to the bottom, and snug it down. Then we need to slide our window in behind this part. So then we have that installed. And I do notice there's just a few cracks around it. It's just because you're sealing plastic against plastic. If you want a real snug fit, a person could take, I would do it on this piece, not on the window, but take some weather stripping foam and put all the way around these pieces when you get it to about where you want it. Leave room for adjustment, and then when you tighten it in, then it would seal on that weather stripping. So that'd be a good thing to do. Right here is our exhaust hose. It comes with this fitting that goes into this oval hole right here, and then this will go into our unit right here. And what you want to do is put this on first and put this in last. But before you put it on, you want to extend this out like an accordion. Go ahead and put our boot on here. Okay, and now you can see I have the boot installed on here. All it does is just wrap around, and then it's Velcro. So we want to put this end on first, and it's a twist lock. It tells you here to lock and unlock right here. Stick it down on the back part here and lock it. So this is the back side of the unit. Okay, on the back of it here, right here is where you have the drain, because when you're using dehumidifier or air conditioner, it does have a tank in here that will fill up with water, and then it will shut off when it actually gets too full. So you will actually take this off and drain it into something, or you can connect a hose to it to go outside. And this is our exhaust. Right here we take this off, just like any air conditioner, and then we have a filter Filter's right here, so just take and clean that once in a while. We'll put this hose on this end first, and all it should do will be go in here and twist lock, and it snaps right into place. You can see right here, I already have this plugged in right here, so it does come with a nice cord, nice long cord, looks like about 6 foot. So the way this works is, instead of twist lock, because it's oval, these notches just fit into the notches right here, and you put it in and you slide it down and it locks in. Very simple. Just like that, and we have our boot on, we're connected. Shoot this back, and we are ready to turn this unit on. Okay, set this here so you can see the top of it and how this unit works. We have the power button. This is our button to change from heat to cool to fan to dry, which is dehumidifier. Up and down to change our temperature or our settings for like the timer. Over here we have the fan speed, high, medium, low. And these are the buttons. And then we have our timer button. So we turn this unit on. It goes ahead and adjusts. We have it on cool right here, but we can change it real easy by touching this. Fan, dry, heat, or cool. We want it on cool. Very hot outside. It's like 100 degrees. Fan speed, high, medium, low. We'll put this on low for right now just to keep the noise down. It's actually not that noisy. On high, you might hear it in the microphone with some noise, but this unit is actually not that noisy. It's actually less than my air conditioner that I'm using in the wall over here. Go low. If you use a timer, push this and you can change it up and down so you can go from 24 or from 1. If you go back to 0, there's going to be no timer. Turn the timer off there. Very simple to use. And right now we have it on where this is moving. And it says 70 degrees. We're going to let this go a little bit and see how it works. Okay, so we're cooling down. I got this thing set on 70. I'm going to took this temperature gauge here and I want to check, see what the area is coming out of this. So wow, yeah, it's definitely cooling. Shows 55 degrees coming out of there right now. So it's definitely getting cold. We'll check the temperature of this heat coming out of this too, just for kicks, just to see what it shows. I'm going to check it back here on the back part. 110 degrees. You can see that 109. Check it up here where it goes out. 107. So see, that's the hot air that you're getting out of here. Let's check this temperature now. 45, 44, 43, 42. Cold air. 42. Very cool. So what I want to do now is just go ahead and let this thing run. Leave that air conditioner on the wall off. And we're going to see how this cools the house today. I may just go ahead and run this thing all day on this. Leave that off. It's like 98 degrees. And we'll just see how this thing cools the house. May impress me. And this house is 1,000 square feet, not 500. This is 500 square feet. We'll show you the specs here. Okay. On the specifications here for it, it does say it is 120 volt, which we know that. 60 hertz. The power is 1,230 watts. Cooling area is 500 square feet. The temperature range is from 60 to 86, so that's what you can adjust it to, down to 60 to 86, which is real good. This is a 14,000 BTU as far as the cooling, and on the heating, it's 9,950 BTU. So let's let this thing run all day. I'll come back on this video, and we'll just see how this thing keeps this house cool. Like I said, we're 1,000 square feet, but now this house is extremely energy efficient because it does have 6 inches of spray foam. We also have 6 inches of insulation in the ceiling, separate from the spray foam, and the wall between the house and the shop is also 6 inches of insulation. So this house is easy to cool. So I think it will cool this 1,000 square foot house. Okay, guys, welcome back. I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing off so you can hear it a little better. So I have used this thing all day long. Cool it in here. Let's check the temperature, just over here somewhere in the room. Our temperature is 73 degrees. So 73 degrees in here. I just tested it in there, and it was 75 degrees. I got this set on 70. So 73 degrees over here in this corner this way, away from it, not over here. So it has been actually cooling down enough that it shuts off. So this thing actually is energy saver, meaning this thing will run for a little while. When it does shut off, the compressor will shut off, the fan will run for a little while, and then the fan will shut off. And then after a little while, the fan comes on, the compressor comes on. So it don't run all the time. I can't stand one that the compressor shuts off and the fan runs all day. I don't like that. So very cool. I really like this thing. I mean, put this in the camper will be no problem cooling it at all because this is 1,000 square feet, which is more than it's rated. If this room was the doors were shut, it would really freeze you out in this room here. So this room is about 300 square feet. Very cool. We're going to take this thing and use it in the camper when we need it and here when we need it. I still will be running my main air conditioner, but this will be my backup. Or if it happened to anything happen, I'll have that for a backup anyway. So very cool. I will post a link to Newair where you can check one of these things out because they are great. I really like it. Done a great job. It's quiet, easy to install. Somebody in your family that has a problem with their air for a short time until they get something else, you could actually take this over to there and hook it up and they could have AC. So very cool to have one of these around, a lot easier than putting in a window unit or having to mess with a central heat and air unit. Also, the same thing as winter. You know, if your house gets too cold, your heat ain't keeping up, but you could actually use this thing as heat. So it's a win-win, really. It's like $399, I believe, on the website. So thank you guys for watching. Click the thumbs up. Check out the link to this Newair in below, and I will catch you all the next one. Right on.